The United Kingdom in Euro Truck Simulator 2 has not been rebuilt since the very beginning of the game. ETS2 was released in 2012, today it's 2026. That means 14 years during which the game has evolved massively, technologically, visually and in the terms of gameplay, while some regions remain almost untouched. During that time, Germany was completely rebuilt from scratch, Austria received a full modern rework, Switzerland was heavily refreshed, Scandinavia got a major quality overhaul, and the Benelux rework is currently in progress. Poland will be probably come after the UK, we'll have to wait. But today's topic is the United Kingdom, a region still operating on standards from over a decade ago. That's why the UK rework is not just a simple map update, it's the biggest and most challenging rebuild in ETS2 history. This rework is different. The UK was originally built in completely different circumstances. Different mapping standards, different technology, different player expectations. Back then the goal was simple, make it drivable, make cities readable, make the game rules smooth your hardware from that era. Today ETS2 is a completely different game. Modern maps are dense, full of environmental detail, designed for immersion, built for long relaxed drives. So SCS made the only logical decision. The UK will be rebuilt entirely from scratch. On October 3, 2025, SCS released a semi-clean innocent video titled How to Make a Proper Cup of Tea. Light humor, British accent, tea, casual vibe. At first glance it looked like a joke, only later did SCS confirm it was deliberate teaser for the UK rework, as subtle signal to the community. Something is brewing, but no specifics yet. That's classic SCS style. No hype, no dates, no exaggerated promises, just direction. On October 19, 2025, SCS officially announced Project UK Rework, and from the very beginning they made one thing clear. This is early development, the screenshots are a work in progress, development will take time. SCS isn't selling dreams, they are setting expectations honest. This will be huge, but it will require patience. The project is led by Abby, one of the most experienced developers at SCS. He previously worked on the full Austria rework, the complete rebuild of German cities, collaboration on Switzerland, the early Scandinavia rescue. He openly says the UK rework is his dream project, and that matters because this is not an assigned task, it's a passion project. Abby also confirmed the scale of the team, over 20 map designers, plus support from research, asset teams, road teams and programmers. Even at this stage it's clear we are talking about major undertaking. One of the most important statements in the announcement was this: the UK was originally built at a different scale than mainland Europe. The goal of the rework is to unify the UK scale with the rest of the map. In practice this means more detailed, denser cities, more realistic roads, all within very limited map space. And on top of that, left-hand traffic, a huge number of roundabouts, complex intersections. SCS themselves admit this is one of the most difficult reworks in the studio history. Even though many details remain secret, several key features are confirmed. Stonehenge as a proper landmark, Leeds as new city, new towns and locations across Scotland, a completely rebuilt Eurotunnel, map design prepared for a future coaches DLC. This shows clearly UK rework isn't temporary, it's a long-term foundation for future ETS2 development. The England and Wales team is responsible for London, Liverpool, Sheffield, Portsmouth, Southampton, Cambridge, Hastings, major ports, ferry terminals and extremely complex road networks. Abby isn't just coordinating, he is essentially the architect of the entire rebuild. Having worked on Austria and Germany, he knows where compromises are necessary and where they absolutely cannot be made. London is probably the most difficult city to recreate in ETS2. Daniel, who previously worked on Brussels and Osnabrück, is now facing left-hand traffic, legendary roundabouts, iconic landmarks. His approach is realistic, not fitting everything but choosing what matters most for gameplay. Thomas handles early map layouts, something players really notice but which determines the flow of driving. Betty works on assets and city identity, making sure you instantly know which country you are in. Dominic, Tina and Tedesco focus on smaller towns and local roads. Without them, even the best layout will feel empty. Scotland presents completely different challenges. Here it is about space, elevation, landscape, atmosphere. Wojta, who led the Scandinavia refresh, understands how to build mountains and flowing roads. Arte is working on Edinburgh, a city that combines history, architecture and very distinct atmosphere. Thomas worked on Elinian, Donan Castle, Sarah focuses on the Highlands. Their goal isn't just to create roads, it's to create moments to make the player slow down and take in the scenery. The fact that SCS highlights developers is not accidental, it sends a clear message. The project is active, teams are assigned, work is long term. Instead of dates and promises, they show people and process. That's honest development. Looking at the entire UK Rework project, one thing is clear, SCS is not rushing this. This is a full country rebuild with experienced teams and long-term planning, and that makes it important not just for UK fans, but for the future of the entire ETS2 map. We have seen this pattern before with Nordic Horizons, we received a Scandinavia refresh, now we are seeing a full UK rebuild. It's very possible that the Island DLC will be released on top of a rebuild UK. If that pattern continues, the next logical discussion becomes Eastern Europe. Belarus and Russia seems unlikely in the current situation, but that doesn't mean Eastern Europe is closed. The most logical and safest direction will be Poland, and country partly from the 2012 base map, partly from the very old Going East DLC, and clearly outdated compared to modern region. If SCS looks for another major European project after Iceland, Ireland and the UK Rework, Poland is a natural candidate. And judging by the team currently working on the UK, if Poland ever gets rebuilt, it will likely be done properly. So now I'm curious, are you waiting for the UK Rework? Do you enjoy driving on the left side or avoid it? How often do you actually haul cargo to the UK in ETS2? And would you like to see Poland as the next major rework? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this content, remember to hit subscribe. There will be more deep dives about the ETS2 and the future of the map.